Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to English Legend. Today we will learn English through the history of coffee. This story will help you improve your English while learning something important from the past. Sit comfortably, relax your mind, and listen carefully. This is not just a story about a drink. It is a story about people, culture, travel, and ideas. Coffee has a long journey, and through this journey, we can learn simple English in a natural and enjoyable way. So let us begin our story slowly and clearly, step by step, like good friends talking together. Coffee is one of the most popular drinks in the world today. People drink it in the morning during work and while talking with friends. But coffee was not always everywhere. Long ago, people did not know about coffee at all. The story of coffee begins many hundreds of years ago, in a place called Ethiopia in Africa. Ethiopia is a country with mountains, forests, and small villages. In this land, people lived close to nature. They watched animals carefully, and they learned many things from the natural world around them. According to an old story, there was a young goat herder named Kaldi. A goat herder is a person who looks after goats. Kaldi lived a simple life. Every day, he took his goats to the hills to eat grass and leaves. One day, Kaldi noticed something strange. His goats were very active. They were jumping, running, and not sleeping at night. Kaldi was surprised. He wanted to know the reason. So he watched his goats carefully and followed them. He saw that the goats were eating small red berries from a green plant. Kaldi became curious. Curious means wanting to know more about something. He picked some of the red berries and tasted them. After some time, Kaldi also felt more active and awake. He did not feel tired. He felt happy and full of energy. Kaldi did not understand what was happening, but he knew this plant was special. He decided to tell others about it. So he took the berries to a nearby place where religious men lived. The religious men listened to Kaldi's story. At first, they were not sure about the berries. Some of them did not like the taste. One man even threw the berries into the fire. But something interesting happened. When the berries touched the fire, a rich and pleasant smell filled the air. The smell was warm and inviting. The men became interested. They took the roasted berries, crushed them, and mixed them with hot water. This was one of the first forms of coffee. When the men drank this drink, they felt awake and focused. They could stay awake longer during prayers at night. They felt that this drink helped them concentrate. Slowly, the use of coffee spread from one place to another. People began to talk about this special drink that gave energy and helped the mind stay alert. In this way, coffee moved from small villages to larger towns. From Ethiopia, coffee traveled to the Arabian Peninsula. This area includes countries like Yemen and Saudi Arabia. In Yemen, people began to grow coffee plants carefully. They learned how to dry the beans and prepare the drink better. Coffee became an important part of daily life. People drank it at home, in markets, and during social meetings. Coffee was not just a drink anymore. It became a way to bring people together. In the Arab world, special places called coffee houses appeared. These places were called kaveh-khana. In these coffee houses, people met to talk, listen to stories, play games, and share news. Writers, thinkers, and travelers all came together in these places. Coffee houses became centers of social life. People shared ideas and learned from each other. Because of this, some people called coffee houses schools of the wise. Not everyone liked coffee at first. Some leaders were afraid of it. They thought coffee made people think too much and talk too freely. In some places, coffee was banned for a short time. Banned means not allowed. But people loved coffee. They continued to drink it in secret. Over time, leaders saw that coffee did not cause harm. Slowly, the bans ended and coffee returned to public life stronger than before. By the 15th and 16th centuries, coffee began to travel beyond the Arab world. Traders carried coffee beans to new lands. Coffee reached Turkey, Persia, and North Africa. Later, it traveled to Europe. When coffee arrived in Europe, it created strong reactions. Some people loved it, but others were afraid of it. They called it a dark drink and did not trust it. Still, curiosity grew and more people wanted to try it. In cities like Venice, Paris, and London, coffee houses opened. Just like in the Arab world, these places became centers of conversation and learning. People discussed politics, business, science, and art. Coffee helped people stay awake and think clearly. It helped ideas grow and move. Many important discussions in history happened over a cup of coffee. This early journey of coffee teaches us something important. Small things can have big effects. A simple plant in the hills of Ethiopia changed the way people lived, talked, and thought around the world. Coffee connected cultures and brought people together. It shows us how sharing and curiosity can lead to new discoveries. History is full of such simple but powerful stories, and coffee is one of them. This is the first part of our story about coffee. In the next part, we will learn how coffee spread across the world and changed trade, work, and daily life even more. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to English Legend. I am very happy you are continuing this journey with me. In this part, we will continue learning English through the history of coffee. We will see how coffee traveled to new lands, how people reacted to it, and how this simple drink slowly became a part of everyday life around the world. Listen calmly, enjoy the story, and let the English flow naturally into your mind. As coffee became popular in the Arab world, traders started to carry it across long distances. Traders are people who buy and sell goods. In the past, traders traveled by camel, ship, and foot. They crossed deserts and seas. They carried spices, silk, gold, and now coffee beans. Coffee beans were small, but they were very valuable. Many people wanted them. Because of trade, coffee slowly moved from one country to another. One of the first places outside the Arab world to truly love coffee was Turkey. In the city of Istanbul, coffee became very popular. The Turkish people developed their own way of making coffee. They roasted the beans, ground them into a fine powder, and boiled them with water. Turkish coffee was strong and dark. It was served in small cups and shared with friends and family. Drinking coffee became a sign of friendship and respect. Coffee houses became very important in Turkey. People went there not only to drink coffee, but also to relax and talk. They listened to music, watched performances, and discussed daily life. Coffee houses were places of connection. Men from different backgrounds sat together and shared ideas. Coffee helped break social walls. It made people feel equal while sitting at the same table. From Turkey, coffee traveled to Europe. At first, Europeans did not know what to think about it. Some people were curious. Others were afraid. They thought coffee might be dangerous. Because coffee came from Muslim lands, some Europeans called it the bitter drink of the devil. They believed it was bad or sinful. This fear spread in some places. But something important happened in Italy. When coffee reached Rome, religious leaders wanted to decide if it was good or bad. According to a popular story, the Pope tasted coffee. Instead of rejecting it, he liked it. He said the drink was too good to belong only to non-Christians. This story helped coffee become accepted in Europe. Soon more people began to drink it openly. In cities like Venice, coffee houses opened quickly. Venice was a city of trade and travel. People from many countries came there. Coffee became fashionable. Rich and poor people both drank it. Coffee houses became places for news, business, and discussion. Writers and artists often sat there for hours talking and thinking. Coffee helped them stay awake and focused. In England, coffee arrived in the 17th century. The first coffee house opened in London. Soon many more followed. These coffee houses became very famous. People called them penny universities. This means that for the price of 1 penny, you could buy a cup of coffee and learn many things. You could hear news, ideas, and stories from others. Coffee houses helped spread knowledge. Different coffee houses in England became known for different topics. Some were for business, some for science, some for politics. Important companies and newspapers began in coffee houses. People trusted coffee houses as places of truth and discussion. Coffee changed how people shared information. It made society more active and connected. Not everyone liked coffee houses. Some women did not like them because mostly men went there and stayed for a long time. There were even complaints saying coffee made men lazy at home. But coffee continued to grow in popularity. Its benefits were clear. People felt more awake, more social, and more thoughtful. As demand for coffee grew in Europe, countries wanted to grow coffee themselves. But coffee plants needed special weather. They needed warmth and rain. European countries did not have this climate. So they took coffee plants to their colonies in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Colonies were lands controlled by foreign powers. This part of coffee history is more complex and sometimes painful. In places like Brazil, coffee farming became very large. Huge farms were created. Coffee was grown for export, not just local use. Sadly, this growth often depended on hard labor. Enslaved people and poor workers worked long hours on coffee farms. Their lives were difficult. This reminds us that history has both light and dark sides. While coffee brought people together, it also became part of unfair systems. Over time, slavery ended and farming methods slowly improved. Coffee production became more organized. Machines helped process beans. Trade became faster. Coffee became cheaper and easier to get. Ordinary people could drink it every day. Coffee was no longer only for the rich or powerful. It became a drink for everyone. By the 19th century, coffee was truly global. People drank it in homes, offices, and public places. Different cultures created different styles of coffee. Some added milk, some added sugar, some drank it black. Each style showed local taste and culture. Coffee became a daily habit and a comfort drink for millions of people. This part of the story teaches us another lesson. Ideas and habits travel with people. Trade and travel connect the world. Something that begins in one small place can reach far lands and change many lives. Coffee shows us how culture spreads and grows. It also reminds us to think carefully about history and learn from both its good and bad parts. We have now reached the middle of our journey. In the next part, we will learn about modern coffee, famous brands, and how coffee became part of work life and daily routine today. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to English Legend. I am glad you are still with me on this beautiful journey. In this part, we will learn how coffee entered modern life and became a daily companion for workers, students, and families around the world. We will continue using simple English, clear ideas, and a calm storytelling style. This part will help you understand not only the history of coffee, but also how history connects with our daily lives today. As the world moved into the modern age, life began to change very fast. Cities grew bigger, factories appeared, and people started working long hours. Many people left villages and moved to cities for jobs. Life became busy and sometimes tiring. During this time, coffee became more important than ever. People needed energy to work, think, and stay focused. Coffee became the drink that helped them face long days. In offices, factories, and shops, coffee breaks became common. A coffee break is a short rest time when people drink coffee and relax. This small break helped workers feel fresh again. Coffee gave them energy and also a moment to talk with others. It helped create teamwork and friendship. Slowly, coffee became part of work culture in many countries. In the 20th century, technology changed how coffee was made. New machines helped roast, grind, and brew coffee faster and better. Coffee makers appeared in homes. People could now make coffee easily in their kitchens. This made coffee more personal. Families started their day with coffee together. It became a symbol of morning, new beginnings, and hope. At the same time, famous coffee brands were born. These companies sold coffee in many countries. They created special tastes and styles. Some focused on strong coffee, others on smooth and sweet flavors. Coffee shops became popular places again, just like the old coffee houses from history. But now they were modern, clean, and stylish. In these coffee shops, people met friends, studied, worked, and relaxed. Students brought books and laptops. Writers wrote stories. Business people discussed plans. Coffee shops became a second home for many people. They were places of comfort and creativity. Coffee was no longer just a drink. It was an experience. Different countries developed their own coffee culture. In Italy, people drank espresso quickly while standing at the counter. In France, people sat for long hours talking and enjoying coffee slowly. In America, large cups of coffee became popular, especially for busy mornings. In Asia, coffee mixed with local flavors and traditions. Each culture added its own story to coffee. Coffee also became connected with art, music, and movies. Many songs talk about coffee. Many films show people meeting in coffee shops. Coffee became a symbol of thinking, dreaming, and connecting. It represented quiet moments and deep conversations. A cup of coffee often meant a pause in life, a moment to breathe and reflect. However, modern coffee also brought new challenges. Farmers still worked hard to grow coffee beans. Sometimes they did not earn enough money. People began to talk about fair trade. Fair trade means paying farmers a fair price for their work. Many people wanted coffee that was good not only in taste but also good for people and the planet. Because of this, some companies started supporting farmers, protecting nature, and improving working conditions. Consumers also became more aware. They asked questions about where their coffee came from. This shows how history continues to grow. Coffee is still teaching us lessons today about fairness, care, and responsibility. Another important part of modern coffee history is instant coffee. Instant coffee is easy to make. You just add hot water. It became popular during wars and busy times. Soldiers and workers used it because it was quick and simple. Even though it tastes different from fresh coffee, it helped spread coffee to even more people around the world. Today, coffee is one of the most traded products in the world. Millions of people depend on it for their jobs. Farmers, traders, shop owners, and baristas all play a role. Coffee connects many lives across continents. A cup of coffee on your table may come from far away, carrying the hard work and dreams of many people. This part of the story teaches us that history is not only in books. It is in our daily habits. When we drink coffee, we are part of a long story that began hundreds of years ago. Coffee reminds us that small daily actions are connected to big historical journeys. It teaches us to be thankful and thoughtful. As English learners, this story also shows us the power of simple words. Through simple stories, we can understand complex ideas. Learning English through history helps language feel alive and meaningful. Each word becomes part of a story, not just a rule. We are now close to the end of our journey. In the final part, we will reflect on the lessons of coffee history and how it can inspire our lives and learning. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to English Legend. This is the final part of our journey through the history of coffee. In this part, we will gently reflect on what coffee has taught us about life, people, culture, and learning. We will also connect this long history to our own lives today, using simple and clear English. Let us slow down, enjoy the story, and feel the message behind it. Coffee is not just a drink. It is a symbol of connection. From the hills of Ethiopia to busy cities around the world, coffee has followed people wherever they went. It traveled with traders, workers, thinkers, and dreamers. Wherever coffee went, people gathered. They talked, shared ideas, and built relationships. Coffee helped people feel less alone. It created moments of togetherness. When we look back at history, we see that coffee changed how people lived their daily lives. It changed mornings, workdays, and evenings. It helped people stay awake, but more importantly, it helped people think, talk, and listen. Coffee houses became places where ideas were born. Many important thoughts about science, art, and society began with simple conversations over coffee. Coffee also teaches us patience. A coffee plant takes time to grow. Farmers wait many years before they can harvest beans. Then the beans are dried, roasted, and prepared carefully. This long process reminds us that good things take time. Just like learning English, progress does not come in one day. It comes slowly, step by step, with care and practice. Another lesson from coffee history is respect. Behind every cup of coffee, there are many people. Farmers work under the sun and rain. Workers process the beans. Sellers bring coffee to markets and shops. When we drink coffee, we are connected to their lives. This teaches us to be thankful and kind. It reminds us to respect the effort of others, even when we do not see it directly. Coffee history also shows us change. At first, people were afraid of coffee. They did not trust it. Later, they accepted it. Then they loved it. This tells us that new ideas often face fear at the beginning. But with time and understanding, they can become part of life. Learning a new language can feel the same. First, it feels strange and difficult. But slowly, it becomes familiar and comfortable. In modern life, coffee continues to be part of our routine. People drink it while studying, working, traveling, or relaxing. A cup of coffee often means a fresh start in the morning. It means a break during a busy day. It means a quiet moment with thoughts or a warm talk with a friend. Coffee fits into many moments of life. But the most beautiful thing about coffee is its story. It reminds us that history is not only about kings and wars. It is also about simple things. A small red berry, a curious goat herder, a warm drink shared between people. These small moments can change the world. History is made not only by big actions but also by small daily choices. For English learners, stories like this are very powerful. When we learn English through stories, words become alive. Vocabulary becomes meaningful. Sentences become easy to remember. You are not just learning language. You are learning culture, ideas, and emotions. This makes learning more natural and enjoyable. Coffee also teaches us balance. Too much coffee can make us restless. Too little may make us tired. Life is the same. We need balance between work and rest, talking and listening, learning and reflecting. History reminds us to live thoughtfully, not too fast, not too slow. As we finish this journey, remember that learning English is also a journey. Some days feel easy, some days feel hard. But every day you move forward. Just like coffee traveled slowly across the world, your English is growing slowly in your mind. Every word you learn is a small step. Every story you listen to makes you stronger. So whenever you drink a cup of coffee, remember its long journey. Remember the people, the culture, and the history behind it. And remember your own journey as a learner. Keep listening, keep reading, keep believing in yourself. Learning through stories is a beautiful way to grow. Thank you for spending this time with me on English Legend. Keep learning English through stories, because every story brings you closer to confidence, understanding, and a brighter future.